Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now July 2nd of 2022, and just over a week ago, we got the finale of the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series that really left a lot of fans very confused and really having all these mixed reactions over the series. And it's rightfully so, because there's a lot of fans out there that have valid points about what they feel was done very wrong with the Kenobi show and what really needed a lot of work on that series. Even Stuart Biotti, the original writer, pointed out that a lot of things needed to be, pretty much changed or remained as is from his script, such as Reva actually getting killed off. That should have been stayed in the actual script, but I digress. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about Disney Star Wars is that we have George, John, and Dave Filoni all working together as a team to really bring Star Wars back in action, specifically with the Mandoverse as the big foundation of it all. So basically, Mandalorian Season 3 and 4 is building that foundation even further, and then you have shows like Ahsoka out there that serves as a spin-off series of the Mandalorian Foundation that's really going to expand the universe even more so. So with that being said, however, what's even all the more intriguing involves, of course, Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy. Now, Kathleen Kennedy's been having quite a number of problems with specific Star Wars shows, such as the Acolyte TV series, and exactly what's been going on with that show between herself, Leslie Headland, and some of the directors and the co-writers is only making things worse, and recently Disney executives actually stepped in and caused quite a lot of trouble for Kathleen Kennedy. Let's get into it. So, with that being said, alright, this is where things begin to pick up quite a bit, is that with Kathleen Kennedy currently developing the Acolyte show for Disney+, the Disney executives have been running into problems with Kennedy for the past number of weeks, based on what has been happening with that show. Further, it's noted that one of the big developments right now is that Kathleen Kennedy recently fired yet another Star Wars co-writer, and also a director from the Acolyte TV series production that they are aiming to make into 12 episodes long. Now, it's said that this firing of the writer and director, who are currently unknown, had to do with the fact that they were unhappy with Kathleen Kennedy's treatment and Leslie Headland's direction of the Acolyte TV series. Further, it's described that flashbacks are going to be created for beloved characters from the Old Republic, such as Darth Revan and Darth Nihilus as an example. These two characters are being treated in the worst way by Kathleen Kennedy, by her giving them completely different designs that almost made the characters unrecognizable. The director and writer of a handful of episodes that were going to work on the episodes starring these characters in flashbacks decided to raise their concerns and voices of hardcore fans getting defensive over these design changes, and Kathleen Kennedy ran into creative differences with them that led to further conflicts, where this in turn led Kathleen Kennedy letting them go from the series as of course now, and how she's on the lookout to get director Rian Johnson on board for some of the episodes of the Acolyte series. Now, Rian Johnson is said to have already met up with Kathleen Kennedy about this offer, and he has recently decided that if he has the time, he will hop on board of the project. The design changes for Darth Revan and Nihilus are still in effect and are said to still be happening, and Disney executives, surprisingly, are not happy at all, since they already have plans by John and Dave to expand the Old Republic accurately for those characters, which is going to cause creative continuity issues within the series. So, the thing about this that I think a lot of fans need to be aware of, in case you guys did not know, is that the Acolyte takes place in the High Republic era. And as much as you know me, I don't like the High Republic era. If you guys like the High Republic, hey, that's perfectly fine. That's, to each his own. But if you guys took the time, and really took the time to invest in those books and those comics, each and every one of them, just to get a true side of reviewing those stories, it really is not Star Wars in my opinion. Some of you out there that have seen the High Republic books and the novels, you guys may like that, and that's perfectly fine. But for me, I thought that they were terribly written, terribly illustrated, visually speaking, for the comics, and it just doesn't make much sense at all. But that's just me. Now, given that the Acolyte is in the High Republic, it is going to actually use flashbacks that date back to the old Republic era. This is where the problems persist, is that Kathleen Kennedy is actually changing the direction of these well-known Sith Lords. If you guys are not familiar with Nihilus or Revan, I do suggest that you guys kind of do a little bit more research about that, because they are going to be major players in the Acolyte series in a very specific and unexpected way. Not like they're going to be in the present or anything, but they are going to be used in the form of flashbacks, holocrons, etc. And they are going to have a lot of design changes. That's what Kathleen Kennedy is pushing for. However, this is where Disney executives stepped in and gave her an ultimatum, where drama is starting to actually arise out of all of this. So, also, Kathleen Kennedy wanted to make sure to the Star Wars fans that she is going to be giving these characters' backstories a complete reboot for the show. Disney executives are already giving Kennedy an ultimatum that if she does not change said plans of changing those character designs, then they will be cutting down the episodes of the Acolyte series from 12 episodes down to 6. Now, Kathleen Kennedy, by contract, has full control over this, and Skeleton Crew as well, and it would only be more expensive for Disney to break Kennedy's contract than to just let her make those 2 shows. Now, of course, writer Leslie Headland, however, is still attached to the Acolyte and moving ahead with it all, but this ultimatum given by Disney to Kathy is still put in place, and Kennedy is now in a troublesome spot for herself. The series is said to be very dark, yet a series that will also take advantage of retcons against the prequel trilogy movies. And this is where a lot of other problems begin to arise, is that this Acolyte TV show is going to be one big mess of a situation, because it's going to be basically an outlet for Kathleen Kennedy to use to place in retcons against Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And this is a big problem, because basically what Kathleen Kennedy wants to do is that she wants to erase some history that's already embedded within the prequels that were done by George. So you can see that she still has that agenda by backstabbing George Lucas, placing in her own whatever it is, story into the Acolyte, and basically kind of just reflecting that all on Episode 1. And I'm not quite sure how a lot of fans are going to react to this, because everybody's going to get defensive, everybody's going to get very angry over this, and it's only going to create a bigger problem for Disney and Lucasfilm. So that's the entire scenario right now, with Kathleen Kennedy getting rid of yet another director and another co-writer, they have many co-writers by the way, actually on board of the Acolyte series, and it's only creating more setbacks. This is the main reason as to why they never began filming in June. They're not going to begin filming this July, and forget about August. And it's looking like it might even be unlikely for the fall, which would land them filming maybe for January to February of 23. That would place them in a slot for a release in 2024 sometime. So they got a ways to go. They really have quite a hill to hike to really get this series done. And honestly, I'm really not seeing exactly how they're going to be able to get this thing done if it keeps getting setbacks like these, being caused mainly by Kathleen Kennedy, and how the Disney executives just don't want to come to their, senses and just cancel it altogether. But like I said, it would cost them more money to break Kennedy's contract from this series, and it's going to cost them less to just let her make the show, even if it fails. So overall, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.